Yeah. What's the weather like today?
It's sunny.
Hi, why didn't you answer me yesterday? I called you 1,000 times.
I'm so sorry, it was a very busy yesterday. I was unable to call back.
What did you do yesterday morning?
I got about 5 o'clock yesterday morning.
And then what did you do after getting up?
After getting up, I had breakfast.
What time did you have breakfast?
I had breakfast 6 o'clock.
So you have breakfast at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Who did you have breakfast with?
Alone. I had breakfast alone.
So you have breakfast alone?
Yes.
And then what did you do after having breakfast?
After having breakfast, I went to work.
What time did you go to work?
I went to work at 7 o'clock.
So you went to work at 7 o'clock?
Yes.
How far is it from Somehow to go to work?
It's about 2 kilometers.
Pardon?
It's about 2 kilometers.
So it's about 2 kilometers.
Yes.
And then what did you do after going to work?
After going to work, I came back home.
What time did you come back home?
I came back home. I came back home at 12 o'clock.
So you come back. So you came back home at 12 o'clock.
Yes.
Wouldn't you come back home
With my friends. I came home with my friends.
So you came back home with your friends.
Yes.
And then what did you do after coming back home?
After coming back home, I had lunch.
What time did you have lunch?
I had lunch at 12.
So you have lunch at 12:30.
Yes.
Who did you have lunch with?
Alone. I had lunch alone.
So you have lunch alone.
Yes.
And then what did you do after having lunch?
After having lunch, I went to the gym.
How far is it from Somehow to go to the gym?
It's about 2 kilometers.
So it's about 2 kilometers.
Yes.
And then what did you do after going to the gym?
After going to the gym, I had dinner.
What time did you have dinner?
I had dinner at 6 o'clock.
So you had dinner at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Who did you have dinner with?
With my alone. I had dinner alone.
So you had dinner alone.
Yes.
And then what did you do after having dinner?
After having dinner, I went to bed.
What time did you go to bed?
I went to bed at 10 o'clock.
Pardon?
I went to bed at 10 o'clock.
I see. So you really had a very busy day yesterday, didn't you?
Exactly. How about you? What did you do yesterday morning?
I got up at 6 o'clock.
And then what did you do after getting up?
After getting up, I had breakfast.
How long do you think you have breakfast?
It took me about 15 minutes to have breakfast.
So it took you about 15 minutes to have breakfast.
Exactly.
Who did you have breakfast with?
Alone. I had breakfast alone.
So you have breakfast alone?
Exactly.
What did you do after having breakfast?
After having breakfast, I went to school.
What time did you go to school?
I went to school at 7 o'clock.
So you went to school at 7 o'clock?
Exactly.
Who did you go to school with?
Pardon?
Who did you go to school with?
With my friends. I went to school with my friends.
So you went to school with your friends?
Exactly.
What did you do after going to school?
After going to school, I came back home.
What time did you come back home?
I came back home at 12 o'clock.
So you came back home at 12 o'clock?
Pardon?
So you came back home at 12 o'clock?
Exactly.
How long did it take you to come back home?
It took me about 10 minutes to come back home.
So it took you about 10 minutes to come back home.
Exactly.
What did you do after coming back home?
Pardon?
What did you do after coming back home?
After coming back home, I had dinner. After coming back home, I had lunch.
How long did it take you to have lunch?
Pardon?
How long did it take you to have lunch?
It took me about 15 minutes to have lunch.
So it took you about 15 minutes to have lunch.
Exactly.
Who did you have lunch with?
Alone. I have alone. I had lunch alone.
So you had lunch alone?
Exactly.
What did you do after having lunch?
Pardon?
What did you do after having lunch?
After having lunch, I searched the internet.
What time did you search the internet?
I searched the internet at 2 o'clock.
So you searched the internet at 2 o'clock?
Exactly.
How did you search the internet?
On my laptop. I searched the internet on my laptop.
So you searched the internet on your laptop?
Exactly.
What did you do after surfing the internet?
After surfing the internet, I played sports.
What time did you play sports?
I played sport at 7 o'clock.
So you played sports at 7 o'clock?
Exactly.
Where did you play sports?
In the park. I played sports in the park.
So you play sports in the park?
Exactly.
What did you do after playing sports?
After playing sports, I had dinner.
How long did it take to have dinner?
It took me about 20 minutes to have dinner.
So it took you about 20 minutes to have dinner.
Exactly.
Who did you have dinner with?
Alone. I had dinner alone.
So you have dinner alone?
Exactly.
What did you do after having dinner?
After having dinner, I went to bed.
What time did you go to bed?
So since that, you also had a very busy day yesterday too.
Yes.
It's late. I have to go now.
네, man. What you are?
Pardon?
네, man. Call you tonight.
Exactly. Okay, see you later.
See you later.
See you later. Ta.
Sai rồi cái